Nolan Xavier Wells was an 18-year-old from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, a 2025 Ocean Springs High School graduate and freshman wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. On Saturday, July 4th, he went to Horn Island with a group of friends for Independence Day, but Nolan never returned.
July.
Officials identified him as 18-year-old Nolan Wells.
We're one of the group that was with him, or if you were on the island and you were there and saw anything, please don't be afraid to come forward and tell the authorities exactly what you know, no matter what you might think might be some consequences or whatnot. But it's very important right now in these critical moments that we get truthful, confirmable information.
Nolan's mother later pleaded for any pictures or videos taken around the northwest tip of Horn Island around 4:30 p.m. or later, which makes the time between 3 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. the most important missing window. Another major issue is Nolan's phone. His mother said he had been separated from it, and people reported that she and Nolan's father had the phone, meaning location tracking was not useful.
A body has been found on Horn Island near where missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing. Search crews like this one you see here in the air have been searching for him for more than 40 hours now.
Give the family space and time. They are still processing this tragic event and all of Nolan's close friends. And we're still waiting for 100% confirmation. I'll assure you that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, we're looking at this whole case just like we would any other case, and we're going to be as thorough as we can.
I'm just like you. I have a lot of questions when it comes to this case. RIP to Nolan Wells. But let's go over the facts. We know that there was a confrontation on that island. Video is off a Snapchat of somebody that was there by the name of Anna. You could also hear somebody very loudly saying, "Get the F off my boat." And then you can see Nolan in the background. Authorities have not came forward and said that this has anything to do with what's going on, but we obviously know something fishy is going on. All of his friends have deactivated their social media. Not all of them, but the ones that were there, and the ones that feel guilty, have deactivated their social media and allegedly have lawyered up. All except one. This girl that goes by the name of Katie, she allegedly might have some kind of relationship with Nolan. She's obviously his friend, and she has been cooperating with police. Now, allegedly, these 5 people right here were the ones on the boat with Nolan and the ones that left Nolan on that island. Now, it's pretty obvious. We know that Nolan was a good kid. I mean, he has no priors. This kid's GPA was so high. He's an athlete. He's in community college. All he wants to do is fish and have fun and party a little bit. Nothing wrong with that, man. He did not deserve to die.
Yeah, really. It's really like a brotherhood, not just in here, like school, community, classroom, like everything.
Yeah.
Just really having love for your teammates and just Ocean Springs in general.
Do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Do we?
Y'all live together pretty much? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The mother and the father of this kid did a very, very good job of raising this kid, all right? And everybody in this world right now, or at least, you know, social media, TikTok, X, they're already making this a race thing, and it's not a race thing. And we have no evidence that it was a race thing, all right? It's kind of like the same thing with Carmelo Anthony. They kind of just jumped the gun from the get-go. This post right here is a tearjerker. This is when the mom found out, and she posted this. And they're just such humble people. She says thank you to everybody, but when she says that God took his time on Nolan, it kind of just represents who he is. I mean, there's no violence with this kid. This kid had no referrals, they said, in school. Like, he literally just wanted to learn and be an athlete and to further his education. He came from a great household. And for the family to be this humble and they're grieving, right? You got people that are on X that are literally trying to make this a race thing, and the stuff that they're saying is ridiculous.
A lot of people gonna be mad at me for saying this, but I blame his parents. This is a perfect example. When you have black people who, they get some success, they get some money, they're able to put their kids in better schools and stuff, and then they completely like disregard the centuries of history of showing you who these people are.
So this dude is blaming the parents of Nolan for Nolan having white friends. This is the same people that started the Carmelo Anthony and any other race baiting shit that happened in the last couple years.
The barbaric inbreds, okay?
Listen, I'm not defending anybody he was hanging out with, but this dude just called all white people inbreds. Man, there's definitely a lot of white people that's inbreds. Go to West Virginia and Alabama, but look at your beard, bro. I think that inbred thing you're saying is projecting, man. Why are you trying to make this a race thing? We're 24 hours into this case, and you're already trying to make it a race thing?
These people are barbarians, and you decided to allow your most prized possession to go on, I don't know, some boat trip with no backup or nothing, no protection of any kind. And you surprised you shot your son, came up missing, and not only missing, lost his life at the same time.
Just so you know, in Florida, there's a million other kids like this. You know, you're going to want to go out in the boat. You want to go fishing. You can hang out with your friends. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to be concerned about having somebody else with you for backup because you think your white friends are going to conspire and kill you. But who knows? Obviously, there's some fishy stuff going on. Is there foul play? This is the cousin right here, Lamika Wells. Y'all know this is bullshit. And arrests need to be made soon. My little cousin didn't deserve that. Nolan was in college playing football. Hope to go to the NFL. A family who loves him dearly. I love you, cousin. Please continue to pray, my family. We got a lot of witnesses that said Nolan was part of that fight around Forish. Now, they said they anchored, and then this is another one where one of my pastors is pretty certain he was part of that group. And both these people are saying the same thing, that Nolan left. But why did they come back with his phone? If they wanted to leave him out on an island on purpose, why not leave him with his phone? Why take his phone? His mom got the phone back from them, and they couldn't give her an answer of what happened? That's another thing. Like, why are these people not talking? This isn't the streets, y'all. Now, a lot of the other stuff that's getting mentioned is conspiracies. People are alleging that there might have been a OD and then or something. They partied hard. Remember, this is the 4th of July. While we were all having a good time watching fireworks, this was going down, and Nolan didn't come home, which is very, very scary. That could be any of our kids that, you know, grow up to be in their, you know, he's an adult, you know, he's 18, he's in community college, he could do what he wants, and he wants to go party on an island. You don't think that he's not going to come back. So there is a GoFundMe made for Nolan, and it's, as when I made this video, it was around 82. I'm sure it's past 100 by now, but I ain't gonna lie, man, the support for him, it seems genuine this time. This is somebody that's an actual victim. This is somebody that has no smudge on his name whatsoever. All his social medias are clean as a whistle, you know. And honestly, man, RIP to him, and, you know, condolences to the family. You raised a great kid, and I'm so sorry that this happened to you guys. The number one thing that pisses me off in this case is these dudes right here, all of them are saying they don't remember. One of y'all would remember. Not all of y'all blacked out. Quit the cap. One of y'all remember. Now, this whole little no snitching thing that y'all got going on, you would snitch on anything else in this world. But I see what's going on right here. That's why they all lawyered up. They do have very, very prominent parents, judges, lawyers, doctors, allegedly. Now, we got the TikTok conspiracists out there, and this is one of them. And he's not a conspiracy. He said he has a reliable source, someone that was on the boat. Let's listen to what he says.
Thing on the coast. So a friend of mine seen my video earlier and reached out to me, a friend that I consider a very reliable source, trustworthy friend who has relatives on the coast and who had someone actually on the boat. So the story that I'm getting out of this deal, I'm not mentioning no names, take that as you may. It's filtered through a couple people, so take it as you may. But what I'm hearing is that the kids have went out on a boat that had freshly been redone. So they get out on the island, and the boat actually starts taking on water. So so they're like, hey man, we got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to the shore. We're going to have to be towed back, whatever. So we got to get out of here. So apparently lots of alcohol was involved in this deal with these kids. Lots. And from the story that I'm hearing in this, the info that I've got, that Nolan had taken a liking to a girl down there, and that they were hanging out, making out, hanging out, whatever you want to call it. And the friends were like, hey man, we gotta go. And he's like, man, y'all go ahead, I'm gonna catch another ride. And before you say, hey, the captain's responsible for everything, apparently the boat was taking on water, so it was not a normal situation. It was either that or the boat sink, so they had to go. Like I said, take it as you may.
So there's one thing wrong with this dude's story that he might have just made up in his head. It is Nolan didn't have his phone on him. It's 2026. He's not going to leave his phone. He's not going to have people leave in a boat with his phone. This is 2026, y'all. It doesn't make sense. Now, we allegedly have another friend of Nolan on TikTok. Let's hear what he has to say.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance. And, you know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance.
Nah, I'm having a hard time believing that Nolan was doing any hard drugs. Drinking, yes. Athlete, yes. So, you know, do his thing and then go party, drink. I don't see him doing hard drugs, bro. He's in a community college. They're going to drug test him. He will lose his chance to go to the NFL. Why would he risk that? I'm calling cap on this too.
Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and...
This is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly. And Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly, because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly, coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat. I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back to the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. Why did they leave him in the first place? Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home? If that was me and my friend group that I typically hang out with, I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend, no matter what.
If that is the case, and, you know, his theory makes more sense than the other guys. If it is the case, that will explain why that these kids are not talking to police, because they're not trying to get some kind of charge by giving him the drugs or something, which, you know what? Y'all got to take accountability, man. Y'all got to take accountability if that is the reason. Now let's continue. So allegedly, this is the day of it happened. This is the shorts he was wearing and was found in. And honestly, it's very eerie. You know, he's having a great time. This is all of us this past weekend. We were all having a great time. A lot of drinking, a lot of partying. And as more information comes in that's true, or even conspiracies, we'll cover it. We'll come back with another video soon. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the alert button, please. Turn on the alerts.